So it's the first time you've seen the inside of it? Yeah. What's back there? What do you think of it?
It's kind of hard to read it. It's kind of dark as well, but it's something
Learn something new every day. Well, congratulations on defending that title for the first time. I guess just talk about, the feeling of being a champion and defending that belt and how you feel about it.
It was really good to defend my belt. I know that was a really tough fight, especially because I was having health issues in the last couple of days. I was in the hospital, but I knew that if I take my name out, that would be bad for the movement, especially because I'm the champion. And I also respect my opponent. I knew he was going to be training so hard to fight against me. I decided to don't go out and come here and represent. And now I have this great feeling of accomplishment because I was able to come and push myself at the limit and put on a great performance.
Yeah. We weren't sure if we misunderstood. So you were in the hospital this week?
Last week.
Last week?
Last week, yeah.
What can you tell us what happened? I don't know how much you can share. Always at your health issues, but what can you share? Why were you in the hospital?
Because I was training so hard, and then I think my immune system dropped, and I got a flu or something like this. I feel like everyone has it right now. So a lot of people that I know, I was talking with my other Williams back over there. She has it. Andy Murasaki has it. Everyone has it right now. So there's something going on, and yeah, that was something that I was able to overcome and come here and win my belt.
Yeah. Was there any discussion? I mean, were people trying to tell you like, hey, don't do this, right? Because it's not just a normal jiu-jitsu match, right? It's a world title match. It's higher stakes than normal. Was anybody saying like, come on, man, you're not 100%, don't do this?
Actually, nobody told me this because I'm open to a lot of people what I'm feeling. I'm usually just smiling and surfing, and then nobody knows exactly what's going on. Only my family, but they also give me the support. They wouldn't let me step back because they know my potential. They know that even when I'm sick, I'm able to display great jiu-jitsu. Because I was really kind of sick and my heart was bad. But I know even though when my heart is bad, I'm still able to, to put on a great performance.
Yeah. So knowing all that was happening behind the scenes, I mean, as you were stepping out in the bowl tonight, was there any a little bit of fear or a little hesitation or a little concern, like, I don't know how this is going to go?
Actually, no. Actually, my mindset was if my opponent and I stay inside the ball and only one person is able to come out alive, who will come alive? And then I thought, and I knew I wasn't that. And then I was like, okay, let's do this.
That's fantastic, man. So I guess because that, maybe you didn't get the finish that you wanted or what have you, but is this maybe one of your more performances that you're most proud of because of the adversity you had in the battle?
Exactly. Yeah. Now I have this amazing feeling inside of me that I was able to display my beautiful jiu-jitsu and put on a great performance and give my best and then get a win. So because sometimes there was a couple of times that I was feeling really good and I did not put everything that I had on the mat. And then I went home with that feeling that I didn't do my best, And then once there's a problem like this, especially like a healthy problem, and then it feels like I have to do my best, otherwise I'm not gonna win. And then when I compete like this, I feel like I fight harder, and that's what I did.
So that's congrats. Last thing for me, then I'm sure you probably want to go rest a little bit and make sure you're healthy, but you're the champ. People want to come after you. What's next? I mean, is there a date on the calendar that you see when you're ready to defend again? Is there a name? What's the next move for you?
I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be able to come back. I'm the type of person that I'm always training and never stop training. I'm always getting better. I won the belt back in December, but I was studying my fight so much. I was looking for ways to get better, looking for ways to improve my game and see like my mistakes and the things that I'm doing good. And I was able to evolve a lot my game. And whatever the UFC give me the opportunity, I'm going to be ready to come here and represent. I know it's going to be 10 events this year, so it's a lot of events, and I love to be active. I don't like to wait a long time to compete. So whatever they give me the day, I'll be ready. I don't know the plans the UFC has, you know. It'll be great if they put like a UFC JJ in my house, right? That would be amazing, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'm always ready.
Can I get a picture of you as well? Of standing up.
I stand up.
Thank you, sir.
Ronaldo, can you show the inside plate? Blanca, you want to try to get a picture of the inside, that writing? Yeah, we're all curious now. Got it? Right on. Thanks, brother.
Probably details of the match or something.
Social security number, I don't know.
Routing number.
To confirm you.
Routing,
Yeah,
where the check goes.
right.
Let me do a close-up. It says UFC, blah, 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 blah. But
Oh,
you
it
can't
does.
even see it.
Oh, like the Roman numerals and stuff. Oh yeah, it's kind of still cool. Let's see. Yeah, send me that one. I'll figure it out. Huh?
It's a high definition.
Yeah, no kidding. That's cool. That's very cool. And that thing looks hefty.
That's why he moved a little play like that.
You can tell me that.
Yeah, as soon as they're done here. Does anyone know if Claudia's coming out?
What is it there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Guess so. Oh. Fuck. Did you ever get your cards? Or no? Did you ever get your cards? Or no? Your cards?
My
Business cards? You did? Oh, so Latif got them to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have some in my purse.
Oh, right on. Right on. Huh? Mm. Which one? Ronaldo?
Yeah. I want his toothpaste, whatever he uses, because his teeth are so white. You didn't.
I didn't use his.
One of them.
One of them I did.
Oh.
One of them I messed up and I fixed it. But the ones you got me yours first, it was the I can't remember, but I did.
What's up, gang?
Hey.
You got that part down. So probably 5 events in the books, right? I mean, it's still obviously a very young organization, but it's not just brand. How do you feel after 5 events, where you guys stand versus maybe the hope or the expectations of where you be at this point?
Yeah, event number 5, we are very happy with the performances we're having so far. I think today was, we got to see a lot of Jiu-Jitsu exchanges, and even though we didn't have a lot of submissions, we only had 4 submissions, we got to see real Jiu-Jitsu. Even for Mikey, Mikey got to show a different game today. He usually comes in and pulls guard, and today he was on top the whole time. And once he figured out the way to pass Shay's guard, he passed a few times. So I think it was incredible the way he got to show his real jiu-jitsu today. He said he was going to show more of his wrestling today, but he's a wonderful guard. And we got to see a lot more of his jiu-jitsu today. I was very happy with his performance. And then everybody else, Jalen came in and pulled a fast submission. We had Mona and Carl going to distance, but every single match was fun to watch. For me, as a jiu-jitsu former jiu-jitsu athlete, and I'm passionate about the sport of jiu-jitsu, I got to see a lot of the exchanges we were looking for at UFC BJJ, and we are becoming the place for athletes to come here and build a real career. And yeah, I think we are achieving our goals here.
I was gonna ask you, it felt like when it first started, right? It was almost like you guys were the outsiders in the community, and what are they doing? How do you feel now? I mean, do you feel like the sport and the community as a whole is starting to embrace UFC BJJ, or do you still feel like you're battling for acceptance a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like every single event we get more requests from athletes. We get more athletes calling us, asking for opportunities. I think they are understanding now that we have a blueprint of what it takes to build a sport. And Jiu-Jitsu has been around for so long. I was a Jiu-Jitsu athlete when I was 14 years old. I started training Jiu-Jitsu, and there was no opportunities like this. And the UFC really knows how to build the stars and how to build a league and an organization. And we are not creating anything here from scratch. We're just making Jiu-Jitsu better. And the UFC definitely knows how to turn a sport into something that can get a lot of attention. And Dana did that with MMA, did the same thing with the slap, and now boxing. And there's going to be no different with Jiu-Jitsu. And I feel like people now understand that they can come here, especially athletes are understanding that they can come here and they can build a career, which wasn't a thing before we were here.
Is that the biggest, like when you're talking to athletes about, hey, which path do you want to go? Is the sales pitch just money? Like, hey, we've got more money we can throw at you, or is it about kind of the ancillary things around it? Like you said, you can build awareness, you can build visibility. Like, what's kind of the sales pitch to athletes to say, this is the place to be?
In my opinion, the number one thing you can build today is your personal brand. Like I retired from fighting 5 years ago, and I can literally do anything I want with my brand. You see many athletes leaving the sport and not getting to build anything else after that because they didn't build a brand. And I feel like the UFC can give Jiu-Jitsu athletes an opportunity to really build their personal brand and outside of that, make money. And then when they are in the sport, they're also building their legacy. They get to show all their resilience, the discipline, all their skills inside the bowl, and that is what it's building their personal brand. So I don't see any other organization that can do what the UFC can do for athletes. It did for me, and that's how I talk to them. Like, look, this is a different path than what you can do outside of here, but it's definitely a path that can get you very far in life.
We know the improvements that are going on with the Apex and the expansion and everything. Is the Apex kind of the permanent home of UFC BJJ, or do you see getting out and taking the bowl somewhere else? Like, what do you see as the future?
We definitely want to go to different places. We are having conversations with Abu Dhabi, Brazil. We don't have an answer for that yet, but we're having conversations about where we're going outside of the Apex. The Apex does look beautiful now, and we can fit a lot more people here. And today we had a packed house, and it was nice to see a lot of people excited about Jiu-Jitsu. But we definitely do want to go to different countries and different cities in the U.S.
And how about the broadcast? Does YouTube feel like a good spot? Obviously, that's global reach, or is a broadcast contract a priority for you?
Yeah, so right now we will stay on YouTube to build UFC BJJ, but we actually signed a deal with 8 different international broadcasters all over the world, including Global and Combate in Brazil, which is huge. I grew up watching Global, and now we get to see Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil and Global. So our team did an amazing job making these deals and putting Jiu-Jitsu in front of way more people. When we first started talking here, we were talking about how much Jiu-Jitsu changed lives. And now we get to introduce this sport to so many other people that would not be able to watch Jiu-Jitsu if it wasn't on all these international broadcasters that we have now, and for free on YouTube as well. So we're growing a brand that is here to stay and is here to change the sport of Jiu-Jitsu, and having all these international partners and being free on YouTube for now makes sense for us.
Awesome. I had a couple questions just about the athletes tonight. Jalen, you mentioned starting the night off with the 19-second submission. Looks like a star in the making, young kid. He said, I'd really like 125. Is that a possibility for him? Can he get 125 and do you maybe start putting a little higher up on the card?
Yeah, it's difficult. He's so good in what he does. He's going out the division and he's doing really well. But I don't know, we have to go back to the matchmaking room and think about what we'll do with him. He definitely deserves to go a little farther on the card, but I'm not sure what we'll do with him. He's definitely a star. He got the submission of the night bonus today, and we love him. We want him here, but it has to make sense long term, and we have to find enough people to compete against him at the 125-pound division.
Does matchmaking get done on Tuesdays, by the way? Is that how?
Matchmaking Tuesday.
Last thing for me, I guess, it'll happen in the matchmaking room. But Andy Murasaki, do you think him versus Andrew Tackett next is the match to make?
I definitely think Andy is one of the best athletes in the world. He shows so much of what a true martial artist is as well. He's a true champion. He has won many other tournaments outside of here. So it definitely makes sense to have him coming back and going against Andrew. But again, we need to go back to the matchmaking room on Tuesday and see what we were.
Hey, Claudia, just talking about the fan experience and, specifically the spectator experience in person. Obviously, it's only the 5th event. How much are you guys looking into kind of not improve upon that experience, but make that more of a fan-friendly experience? I did notice tonight, I've been lucky enough to attend quite a few events. There were less UFC fighters. Obviously, you didn't have the Communos performing. They always bring a big crowd. But what are you guys going to do about the fan experience as you're talking about bringing around the road as well?
Yeah, we actually had a lot of people that train in the Jiu-Jitsu gyms here in Vegas in the audience today. We had about 200 people that train Jiu-Jitsu in Vegas attending today. And we know that Jiu-Jitsu is different from MMA. MMA fans are hardcore MMA fans, and Jiu-Jitsu fans are usually practitioners. Our goal is to turn MMA fans that are not big fans of Jiu-Jitsu yet into Jiu-Jitsu fans. And that requires some work from us to make sure the matches are more similar to MMA, that creates the wow moments that Dana talked about. But it's hard, right? Jiu-Jitsu is more of a dynamic and methodical sport. But we changed the environment, we changed the bowl, we don't have a flat mat on the floor anymore. We changed the rule set. It's way more similar to what an MMA fight looks like. We talk to the athletes and educate them on what we want them to do and how we want them to perform. And I think this is kind of shaping into what we want. The thing that we still need to do a lot is that athletes will always perform the way they train. And if we have a lot of athletes training to compete in tournaments, they'll come here and they'll perform the way they were training for tournaments. So that's kind of like what we are working on. When it comes to the fans, you know, we have the acai bowls and the Apex now, which is very common in the Jiu-Jitsu world. I think it's more of a friendly environment for the fans as well. And we'll keep trying to do the things that we see mostly in Jiu-Jitsu tournaments here at Apex as well.
Just one last one for me. Nike obviously got another win, defended the title again. He's obviously the face of the sport, the face of this promotion. He did say that he's going to be making his MMA debut later on this year. What are your thoughts on that? Have you spoken to that? Will you be coaching him? And just, as the face, going to pursue other opportunities outside of the organization?
That's the first time I'm hearing that. I never heard that from Mikey. I mean, talking about his performance today, I think he did a phenomenal job. Like, he was able to show that how much his jiu-jitsu is better than most people I've ever seen in my life. It's probably from watching him training, watching him perform, and talking to people that train with Mikey. I think he's probably the best pound for pound athlete, jiu-jitsu athlete in the world. And then he comes in here today and he's saying, hey, I'm going to show more of my wrestling, and he does play his top game because Shea pulls guard, but he was able to pass Shea's guard many times. And once he found his way to side control, he was able to get there many times. And I think it was incredible what he did. If he does want to go by MMA, I think MMA is a different monster. You need to go spend more time training stand-up and wrestling, but he's a phenomenal athlete. I definitely think he can do it.
Looking ahead to the matchmaking for him, is it a case of where you're going to struggle to find, competent competition for him in the future? I'm sure you've looked ahead a little bit.
Yeah, it's very hard to find opponents for Mikey. We started thinking about what to do with him because he's so dominant, and it's hard to find opponents for him. But maybe it's time to get creative and bring some MMA guys for Mikey, heavier MMA guys for him. I think, the audience would love to see that. He would love to do that. He keeps asking for Armin. He keeps asking for some MMA fighters. Like even Volkanovich did. Like when he got his title, he beat Diego when was it, 2 weeks ago? Mikey was like, give me local nuggets. Like, so he definitely wants to do some creative matches. And for a guy like him, listen, I honestly think it makes sense. It's hard to find opponents for him. And he can go up a weight division in Jiu-Jitsu and compete against bigger guys in Jiu-Jitsu, but I think we can get more creative with Mikey. He has a big brand, and he draws a lot of attention because people want to see he's a small guy going against bigger guys. So I think getting creative with Mikey makes sense moving forward.
I have a question. Next year, are we going to see more women's weight classes and champion belts in effect for next year for UFC BJJ?
Yeah, so good question. We actually just announced today that Cassia Moda is going against Theon Davis for the bantamweight title. That's a division that we do not currently have for UFC BJJ. So Theon wants to move up a weight class, and Cassia is killing everybody. She just competed in the Worlds, and she's a flyweight, and she competed in the heavyweight division and beat everybody. She's beating everybody here, and she's just so dominant right now. And she said, I don't care what weight division I fight Theon, I want to fight the best. So she's moving up and going against Theon for the bantamweight title. And we're still thinking about what we'll do with the other divisions. I feel like the 115-pound division is a little bit challenging for us because we can't see as much of the action we would like to, which is not the case in MMA, but in Jiu-Jitsu, unfortunately, we're not finding the pace we want yet. So we need to spend some more time scouting athletes and maybe looking at wrestlers that can come here and wrestle and give us what we want. And after that, we'll have probably 4 weight divisions for the girls.
And speaking of which, usually at UFC BJJ, in a lot of the tournaments, especially at BJJF, they have the weight classes and then they have the absolute class. Have you ever thought about having something like that?
Yeah, I actually love that. I think Jiu-Jitsu is a sport where you can play that game, and I think we'll start getting more creative with some of the athletes that make sense, like Mikey, and see how it goes. Because in the same way, I think it can be fun. We still have to understand if they can do for three rounds, right? You saw today Harrison Gabriel was pushing the pace against Lando Ilmore, but they both got tired right away. And I feel like in MMA, you can push the pace for 3 rounds for 15 minutes and not get as tired. But in Jiu-Jitsu, you have so much of that isometric strength. And if you go 100% the whole time, it's hard to do. So I don't know how a match would play out between a smaller opponent and a bigger opponent. But we definitely want to get more creative and come up with matches like that.
Thank you.
I know a lot of the athletes, they do have access to the UFC PI. Have you guys thought about taking even just a portion of the bowl and set it up there so they have that ramp to sort of work off? I feel like as we hear more about training, the fighters really need to train specifically for how to use that. Have you guys thought to try to find ways to help enable that for some of the athletes?
Yeah, we have. As you guys know, the UFC keeps growing and expanding. We are running out of space here for the amount of sports we are investing in. And the more we grow, the more we invest in the facilities as well. So we are talking about different ways of helping the athletes to train the bowl, maybe, the different buildings close to here, where we have our warehouses. And I don't know, we have to start getting more creative and giving the athletes more opportunity to train the bowl.
Cool. Good. Thank you.
Wrap it up, you said? Well, one more, right? Oh, Moose Mitch is not coming out? He's not coming out? There he is. One last one. Good questions. Between you and John, you're taking all my questions.
Oh, about the absolute? Yeah.
Well, absolute was a great question, but expanding the
I was thinking
divisions.
about that. I'm like, I don't even have the absolute. That would be
Well, they don't have a heavyweight yet either. But I was just more curious. It would have been a redundant question, but I was more curious about a timeline.
Brother, I can't hear you though.
Yeah, she has a laptop. Oh, did you want to get? Oh, your carport.
You can't go. It's okay. He's been moving around.
No, don't go 100 miles per hour. Hey, man, on the way here, this vet passed me, and I was on the phone. I was like, God damn, vet just passed me,
Is it a
right?
gray one?
Yeah.
I was probably the
Well, anyways, I saw him about 20 minutes down the road, pulled over by CHP.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Hey, what do you think? What do you think of the size of the bowl? I think they make smaller.
Mike, congratulations on a successful title defense. And obviously, a very, very unique opponent, challenging in many ways. I guess, how did you feel about your performance in the victory tonight?
Yeah, I feel like I fought a human pretzel. He was very bendy, but it was really fun for me. Like I really just wanted to enjoy this match. I feel like a lot of the time I'm so anxious and nervous that when I go out there, I just want to finish as fast as I can and leave. So my professor, Korea and Hector, they're like, Mikey, you're not doing that this time. You're not just gonna finish right away. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do some jiu-jitsu, have some exchanges, and that's what we did today. I had more fun at the top instead of just playing hard. I feel like I showed I
You
was
have
passing. In the gym, you'll just see me mostly playing top. I'm mostly a top player, right? But when I compete, I just look for the fastest way to finish usually. So I gave you guys more passing. I think I passed like 3 times, but I popped his leg in the passing I was doing. The way I position my hips, I don't know if you guys can see, but when he was pretzeling, I just keep pressuring my hips into his legs. I put a lot of pressure into his legs. So even when I wasn't passing, it was making his legs really worn, wear and tear, like basically like Muay Thai, like kicks. And he started breathing heavier, and then I felt his leg pop. So it was a lot of pressure on his legs. I felt bad. I never want to hurt my opponent. I like Shay's a nice person, but yeah, I just wanted to show that I can play top, bottom, it doesn't matter. I do jiu-jitsu everywhere.
That leg pop, was that in the first round?
He was in the first round. At the end of the first round, from the pressure I was putting, I felt his leg pop when he was pressing. I was just pressing my hips into the knee and then pop.
It looked like Shaylin was kind of checking on him as he was walking back to the corner.
I asked him if he's okay, like,
yeah.
on there, like, because when I fight the guy, I don't really, I'm just training with him, you know, like, I felt bad, like, I don't want to hurt you, like, but then at the second, I asked Korea, like, can I just finish it now, like, if I get this fast, and then Korea's like, no, you're going to stay, like, playing top, I'm like, fine. So we did one more cool pass that we were working with Jimmy and Jalen. We were working this a lot right before. And then finally, I got like to the point. I'm just like, all right, this is the end of the second round. I gave you guys enough passes. I hit like 3 passes. Like I just finished the match. So I just got the pass.
Yeah. You talk about the pressure that you feel. I mean, is that something that you felt at every level, on every stage, or is it even a higher level here because of everything that's happening?
Yeah, I always talk about this. Since I was a kid, I always had pressure because I won worlds every year, right? So I've been worlds, and then it just be a new layer of pressure. And I'm like, oh, I adjusted to it. It feels normal now. This is not bad. And then all of a sudden, it just gets worse. Then more pressure, and more pressure. So I think the biggest thing for me is constantly searching for things that make you have more, like, that feeling of being uncomfortable. You know, the second I feel comfortable, I don't get any high from it. I don't really enjoy being there. Right. So this match, doing something new, challenging myself, having people push me to do different things than just what makes me win the match easy, I feel like that was really fun for me, and I had a high from that.
Is there? I mean, it's so interesting to hear you say, like, basically, I just end the match when I decide it's time to end the match, and I'm trying to extend the match. I mean, is there a part where this doesn't become interesting for you, or it doesn't become challenging for you because you're like, I can literally just end this whenever I decide it's time to end it?
No, because I constantly am just enjoying different puzzles, right? Like, you gave me a puzzle of passing, and I had to, like, figure out how to pass, and you see me, like, problem solve. So I think I showed the beautiful part of Jiu-Jitsu, the problem solving part, like, he gave me a puzzle, and we just slowly work the pass. I do think that, I'm at the point from billions of hours of training that I can choose when a match ends a lot of the time now, which is pretty cool, but I still see a lot of things I could work and get better, and every time I don't finish a position, I see that I failed in something, and I'm obsessed with what I did wrong.
Dagestani wrestling, not enough for your liking tonight. I guess it's a little tough against the guard pool.
He pulled so fast, I didn't get a hand fight or anything, we were actually working takedowns, like I actually did work takedowns for this, I promise. But I didn't pull. I did not pull, right?
Does the beard stay moving forward, or?
Everyone's asking me this. I don't know. It depends. Depends who I'm talking to in terms of girls. I don't think Asian girls like the beard, but I think like other types of girls like the beard. So it just depends on who I'm talking to.
Got it. And we were back here, so I respect the answer.
It's a brutally honest answer. My mom hates the beard though. She doesn't like it. But if I tell her it's for media and things like,
she goes with it. See, I don't know if we heard you right. Did you call out Tom Hardy for a match?
No, I'm friends with Tom.
Okay, I heard you. We were back here.
Asking me. No, listen what happened. I'm gonna tell you a story between you and me.
Yeah.
And no one else.
Yeah.
It's just us.
So Tom Hardy's my friend. I don't know if you know who he is, of course.
Yeah.
But at the time he was a purple belt hobbyist, and our mom called him out for a grappling match. And I'm like, why the hell is he calling out a purple belt hobbyist for a grappling match? I think that he should grapple with someone that does jiu-jitsu, right? And he's bigger than me, so I'm like, how about we just do a grappling match, me and him? And I'll defend my friend Tom Hardy's honor.
I like it.
I'll go up and wait to face him. Like, that's something I would love to do. I think it would be fun, the small guy versus the big guy, because he is significantly bigger than me, probably walking around. So I think it would be really fun. Can he stop me from, like, it'll be an interesting puzzle.
Yeah. Well, Claudia was in here earlier. She was saying that she feels like they're going to have to get more creative with your matchmaking. Do you agree with that sentiment, that there's just not a lot for you at 35 and it's time to go up?
I think that they have to get more creative, just more fun things that we could, like, for me, it's more about getting more people to watch Jiu-Jitsu, right? So a cool storyline of me having a match with a bigger guy like Armand would just show how amazing Jiu-Jitsu is. So I think that a cool storyline like that would be pretty cool. Going up in weight, I don't really have any ambition to go up unless there was someone that grew my brand going up. Like if they had some star that had a huge name, that would be me proving myself to something. Like me proving to myself something, okay, but right now there's no one that would give me that high. So I'd rather just be dominant in my division.
Last thing for me, I know you kind of talked on the MMA front as well. How serious of a pursuit is it, especially given that you are kind of the face of this organization right now? They're kind of building around you. Is this just something that you kind of have out there, or something you want to do someday, or is this like, I need to do this?
I'm doing it. Like in the next few months, like we'll announce soon, but I'm doing it every day. So immediately after this, I get back to training, working more for MMA. But yeah, you might see me in UFC MMA in the near future as well. One thing I'd like to say is congratulations to Jalen. He was one of my main training partners. Like this whole week, me and him training for hours, and he just completely keeps submitting everyone so fast. He called out Joel Meow. I think that's an amazing match. I think that UFC should give him his belt at 105. I think that it's about time. He's just so dominant. He deserves his own division. There's enough people in 125 for sure for him to have a match, and Joel Meow would be a great title match, him and Jalen in 125. Another cool storyline we can do is, how about the Meow brothers two twins? I asked UFC, they wouldn't let me fight Joel because I beat him 5 times. I begged them, but they won't let me fight him. They're like, how do we market you beating someone 5 times? So I tried. So now instead of that, how about we have me fight Paulo and Jalen fight Joel? The twins versus me and Jalen, like tag team. We could all be in there at the same time, it doesn't matter. But I think that would be a really cool event, the twins versus me and Jalen. And we like squad. I think that'd be really cool. And Jalen 100% deserves a 125 belt. Please, guys, like support him with this. Like he's worked so hard. I love that kid, like he deserves it.
Hey, Mikey, congrats on the win. You used the term like solving a puzzle. Do you think it's more of solving a puzzle, or it's a little bit of you kind of playing with your food out there and like finding different challenges to present yourself?
Yeah, I would agree that it's a little bit of both, but I like getting into like this exchange with somebody. So I did choose the exchange,
But I do like making an exchange where there's a cool reaction, and then I have to problem solve that specific spot. That's what I love about Jiu-Jitsu. There's just infinite amounts of those, right? I could go to an armbar, and there'll be a cool reaction they give me, and then we have to problem solve it from the pass I ended up doing, Professor Cabrera, Jalen, and me, Hector, Kennedy, we were practicing this for hours the last like 3 or 4 days. So I was very happy. Like, if you asked me about the match, I hit that move at least once in the match. So I did something that we worked in the gym, which is really cool when you're actually able to hit something that we were working. You know, so I was very happy that we finished that pass. But yeah, I do definitely put myself in these puzzles constantly, even in training. But that's how I get better, and that's what makes it fun for me, having something to solve. If I have nothing to solve, I'm not having fun.
And then last one for me, kind of piggybacking on that last question, solving puzzles. Your MMA debut, is that a case of where you feel like you have solved all the puzzles in this sport and you're going to take this one? And obviously you're highly competitive, you're a champion of this organization. What would be your eventual goals in MMA?
Yeah, so obviously I'm not the stereotypical jiu-jitsu person or fighter. Imagine me doing MMA, how crazy that would be. Like, people, like, there's no way that person could actually do MMA and fight, right? But I love proving people wrong. I love showing people a different part of me. Like, I look really kind and nice, but I'm also insane. Like, it's internal though. That's why I'm Dr. Gatoni. So I think that it's just a new challenge for me. It makes it fun, but it'll also make my jiu-jitsu better, doing things that make me more comfortable, like striking, wrestling. I love them all. I love learning, you know. So I think that the uncomfortability of doing something that I new will definitely make me improve in jiu-jitsu as well.
What do you think your ceiling is in MMA?
Honestly, I think I can go really far. In MMA, I'd probably be 125. So I'm very strong in that division. I'm very strong in it. So I think that would be very good long term. But one match at a time, right? I have a really good team helping me right now. I will slowly work on everything that I need, my wrestling, striking, everything. I want to make a sick MMA game as well, and I want to make my game work in MMA. Where, like, because the problem is in sport jiu-jitsu, you're in spots you can get punched in the face, right? I want to make my game work that it doesn't matter if I'm getting punched, if there's no punching, whatever we're doing, my jiu-jitsu.
What shake pasta are we eating tonight?
I'm about to go to Italy, honestly. My reservation's at 10:45, so I'm gonna make it. It's only 9:60. We're good. I'm gonna have pizza for sure. I think I'm having Friday Alpha also. I think it's over. I don't know what shape. I think it's linguine. I'm not a big fan of linguine, but maybe I could ask them to change it to like spaghetti or bucatini. You know, we'll see. Yeah, hopefully. I don't think Italy cares.
Mikey, over here. You recently trained with Umar and you seem pretty impressed about his skills. What was so special about training with him?
Typically when I train with MMA fighters, I feel like they're okay at jiu-jitsu, like they understand the basics. But I actually was impressed with Umar because he's very technical. He doesn't try to overpower, like he was actually like very technical. And I felt like for sure he would literally do well at all about grappling. Even though he's only training jiu-jitsu for MMA, which is a whole different sport, you know. So that's why I was very impressed with him. And I really like him. He's really cool.
You mentioned that you're planning your trip to Dagestan. Is it going to be related to your MMA transition? Or?
Yes. So my whole team is going to help me right now make my training and stuff for the future. But definitely they're going to have me go to Dagestan and forget. But
for 2-3 years, or planning to spend less time too?
I think I'll just visit constantly or whatever, because I think it's like 2.5 hours from Dubai, so it's not that far. But I really want to experience a different culture. I love cultures. I lived in Asia for 3 years, so I love learning about different cultures and studying different cultures. So I definitely want to learn about Russian culture, Dagestan, all the Caucasus regions there. I think it'd be really cool.
I think you will enjoy your time. Last one for me.
Are you Russian?
I speak Russian, but I'm not Russian. I'm like about 100 miles away from Dagestan, so we're all from Caucasus.
Okay.
So we're all kind of similar out there.
Now, bye that.
My last question is, a lot of people say that you're one of the greatest athletes ever. For you personally, in your opinion, who's the greatest athlete of all time, like off and on? Not in jiu-jitsu, like just an athlete.
There's a few athletes that come to my mind when I think about greatest athletes. I just think about how consistent they are, you know, like their work ethic, how many years they can stay disciplined and working hard. I'm a huge fan of Tom Brady. I'm a huge fan of Michael Phelps. I'm a huge fan of Kobe, my professor, who literally would still beat everyone when he's in his 40s. Like, to me, that's Khabib as well. I think that like the type of people those are, they're all kind of similar, right? That they're consistently dominant. They live this lifestyle where they're just consistently doing everything right that they should be doing. So I aspire to be like them, and I look up so much to those type of people, and I hope one day to be that level as well.
Hey, Mikey, over here. You mentioned earlier about solving puzzles, and I noticed you didn't do the crane takedown attempt. Yeah, when you didn't. So yeah, walk us through. Why did you prepare differently? Did you make a decision you're not going to do that because it's worked for you in the past?
If I didn't have the beard, the crane would come back for sure. But the beard stops the crane. It changes everything.
Okay, so the beard stops the crane. All right. Yeah. So, and there was also talk about maybe introducing an absolute division for UFC BJJ, and you're open to these new challenges. But you're also talking about going into MMA. So if they do introduce an absolute division, which one would you say would take the priority in your training?
For me to fight someone in a heavier weight class, I feel like we would need some sort of cool storyline or something that makes sense for me that would grow my brand, right? I'm not just gonna go up and be a charity case to help other people that have no followers or anything. That I'd rather just fight my weight class, right? No, I don't want people to get mad. He's not fight. I'm getting 1,000 comments people saying. But I would definitely prioritize MMA in that case. But I would love some cool super fights with heavier people. That would be really fun. Especially the MMA segment. I would love the MMA and Jiu-Jitsu segment together, so we get more people watching Jiu-Jitsu. So that would be the reason why.
Would Gordon Ryan be a bridge too far?
Gordon doesn't compete anymore. So no comment.
All right, thank you.
I have one last question. Is there anybody in the past that you want to just do a rematch with in any of your history of Jiu-Jitsu that you were just like, just one more time?
You want me out, but they won't let me. I tried. But that's why I'm gonna live through Jalen when he beats Joel.
What about Bruno?
Oh, Bruno, interesting. I mean, he hasn't competed for a while now. I think he's retired happily. He deserves it. He's won the world a billion times. God bless him. But he's a legend, and I don't know if any grudge or ambition to compete with him. He's done a billion years of winning worlds. But I think that the two people that would be interesting for me is Joel Meow, because he was a rival of mine 10 years ago, and I've gotten so much better since then. That was my first year of basketball when I would compete with him. So I would love to see the level difference now, but I'm not allowed. So Paul Meow would be cool. I could just have the other twin brother, and Jalen could have Joel. That would be a fun storyline.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win and an amazing performance. Just to circle back real quick to that MMA debut. When's the last time you cut the 125?
Last time I cut the 125 was 2021 when I won the Worlds in McGee. I was 122, I believe. I have a really good team of nutritionists, everything helping me. So this time I made 135 really easy. The whole week I was kind of basically on weight. We were all this is ridiculous that we can probably make 125 any time. So I probably have to diet probably a month and a half, 2 months. But the way I made 135 this time, shout out Coach Cal Training Lab. He helped me so much, and I just felt like it was ridiculously easy, more than in the past. So I do feel like 125 is definitely something I can do. I would have grappled at 125, but they literally don't let me. They literally, I never lost a match at 125. They banned me from doing the division basically because they don't want to create the division, which is really not fair because you see the Olympics, UFC, judo, everything has that weight class, right? Now my teammate Jalen's in that division, so I would never do 125 in Jiu-Jitsu. That's his. He's going to reign supreme for that forever. I'll just do 135, but definitely can make 125 for everything. And I definitely will choose the lightest division I can do when I'm getting punched in the face.
Last for me, just want to congratulate you on building the star power of the brand, and it's really getting some traction going. So we've talked about your I guess we'll say dream matches in the past, and be it Volkanovski or Arman. Claudia mentioned it tonight.
Yes.
So the fact that
I've been pushing it so hard. You have to see the text messages I send them bothering me. Hey, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this?
that would be great. So it's awesome that we're seeing the growth and that it's a real conversation. Because if you will crossover type of match like that would only bring UFC BJJ
Exactly.
that much higher.
And that's my goal. That's all I care about right now, right? I am the most, like, I've won billion titles, billion things. Like, for me, it's not about me challenging some random person at heavier weight class with no followers or anything. It's more about how can we grow our sport to more people. You know, that's all I'm thinking about. And I know that me doing a match with a bigger person, like an MMA fighter, famous MMA fighter, we definitely create traction, right? Can I beat the bigger guy? The MMA fans will be interested, right? It would just be really fun. It would be a fun thing. So I think it would be great for the sport.
Awesome. David versus the live type of vibe. Congrats on the win. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
All right, good job, Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
All right. All right, Blanca, you're all set. Oh, wait, let me end this real quick.
I'm just kidding.